All right, Krissy. So what are we gonna have to drink?
We're having an Arnold Palmer.
All right, I have to ask if you miss Portage.
You know, I've had a full circle moment with Portage
Yeah.
where I left, I thought I don't need to come back here, and in the pandemic I didn't really think about it. I just bought a house there.
Oh, wow.
And I locked in an amazing rate, and I lived
incredible.
there for 6 months during the pandemic, and I was like, Portage
Not that
rocks.
bad.
Yeah.
Did you used to say I'm from Chicago or?
Well, we're 45 minutes from Chicago.
Yeah.
So I say Indiana,
Yeah.
but I sometimes am like, it's very close to Chicago. Because it's not Southern Indiana is its own time zone, its own
Totally.
dialect.
Yeah.
It's not, we're like Chicago accent people.
Yeah.
We're Bears fans, we're Cubs fans.
Do you feel like you continue to use your kinesiology degree?
I always thought I would do physical therapy. And I find yoga to be physical. It's helping people
Yeah.
in the body. I knew I couldn't sit at a desk, but it feels a lot more creative. I don't have to deal with insurance. It's not corporate at all, and
Yeah.
it can be beautiful. There's music. It's a lot better.
Yeah. When you moved to New York, how certain were you of your first steps in the city?
I did a yoga teacher training and was like, oh, I'm good at this. I like this. And then I found a mentor, and that changed everything for me.
Was it like a hunch that I will like yoga, let me try it out to do the training? Like were you practicing for a while and then you're like, I should train?
I was practicing for a while as a way to supplement my dance training, because in dance you sacrifice your body. You're like performing for a choreographer or an audience, and in yoga it's an informance. You're doing it for yourself, and it still gave me that high of connecting my body, my breath, and my mind in present moment. So all the things I loved about dance I have in yoga, except it doesn't damage your body over time. So I fell in love with yoga. So I worked at a vinyasa yoga studio and became a popular teacher and had a following, and was like, I should do something with this popularity and momentum. And then Nike secret shopped me at that studio to be a Nike master trainer. And at the same time, I wanted to leave the studio and open up my own studio because I wasn't getting paid enough, and thought I could do something different where I wasn't there was no yoga in the city at the time that was designed well. Everything was kind of granola-y or corporate feeling. So I knew there was a hole in the market. So Nike was opening up a space, 100 Grand Street, for celebrities and influencers and media. And so they hired me 10 hours a week to teach the head of Vogue, the head of New York Times. And so I built relationships with these people. And then when I launched Sky Ting in 2015 in Chinatown, everybody wanted to write about me. So we got a lot of press.
When you think about that moment, you're getting confidence from external factors like the Nike person, who comes to the studio, or even being able to do those sessions as Nike opens their store. You mentioned earlier that there was a mentor that helped shape and guide some of that. Is that where the confidence coming from? Did you always knew you were going to be a business owner? Where, obviously there's validation that's happening along the way, but where was it coming from?
I think the I'm the type of person that's just super driven, and I'll make things work and find a way to land on my feet, and I've always been that way. I've always gotten A's in every single class, but I'm not a good student. I don't study very hard, and I just because I have to. And I just had to be successful in New York, and that meant I had to prove to my parents that, like, you know, like I
You
could
could
do
afford
it,
it,
I
you
can
could pay the
afford it.
bills, yeah.
I had to prove to myself that, you know, I just am hardworking and I do have like a confidence in myself. But I think that also comes from having a internal practice and like knowing yourself.
What do you mean by that?
So I think that yoga and meditation helps you, like, you say, okay, I'm gonna wake up every morning at 7 a.m. and meditate, and then you do it.
Yeah.
You build confidence in yourself. You're like, oh, I can actually believe what I say. So I had a vision, and I took steps towards the vision, and I trust that I follow through on my word.
There's a moment, and I'm paraphrasing because I feel like I have only read and we haven't met, but there's a moment where you decide I want to double down in this business, get a big studio about a year ago in NoHo. It's more you're leaving your business partners and sort of cracking it out on your own to an extent.
Yes.
Talk me through that decision and why you wanted to continue to just bet on yourself and double down. Obviously,
Yeah.
it was a pandemic. There was
a
Sky Ting
lot.
TV through the period, but
No,
like,
I built my studio with 2 partners, and over time, one of them, it was clear that it just wanted to start the company and then never really wanted to stay and put in work. So
Yeah.
that was frustrating for the other 2 partners. And then my other partner, Chloe, wanted to start a family, do other things, never thought that this was her. It wasn't her vision, it was mine. And there was a shelf life for her, and we kind of always knew that. And then the pandemic was really hard. It was really good for Sky Ting because we pivoted online November 2019 and had a really good product before everybody else. So we had like thousands of subscribers overnight as soon as the pandemic hit, and pivoted totally digital. But it changed it for her, and it was still fun for me. Like, you know, we became like more of a tech company, but we were like dancer, you know, so it just got really into new territory, and I love it. Like, I live and breathe what I do. And so then I bought out my partners last year and thought maybe I'll burn the whole thing down and start over, but I decided
why burn it all down? Too many
well, we
memories
were
and history.
negotiating
Yeah.
a price,
Yeah.
and it was like, you know,
Who's to say what it is?
yeah, we got like real valuations of the company, but it's all like, you know,
Sort
it's
of one person's opinion.
It's one person's opinion,
Yeah.
and I really had to figure out what Sky Ting was worth to me. So we landed on something that felt good for everybody. And so I kept it, but I think if it was, you know, I would
Could have gone another way.
I could have gone another way, and I would have
Yeah.
started over, but done the same thing.
Yeah.
Rebrand.
How has the first year been on your own in a space that's probably molded closer to your own personal vision?
It feels really good. It feels like me, and it feels fun. It's hard when shit hits the fan and you don't have a business partner to like for the emotional support, but
Yeah.
that's the only real thing that I miss. I like making decisions with a team that I hired instead of like
Yeah.
with a partner where you're really like, you both have a vision where the company's going. So
Yeah.
it feels weirdly easier and cleaner, but I miss having someone who cares as much as I do. And but I think my team is really good, and I think they care almost as much as I do.
I was reading up about how and again, I'm paraphrasing because I'm reading from the internet, but some of the inspiration for your spaces is to feel cozy in the same way that restaurants have been for you in New York. Why do you use the word cozy, and how does that come to mind for dining in New York?
Yeah, I mean, I feel especially in New York, if you're not living on Park Avenue. You have a smaller, you're not living in like a huge space where you have multiple floors and different environments. So you have to outsource your home. And so Sky Ting is an extension of people's homes. It's where they connect. It's where they hang out. I never want it to feel like you're in, you're out, like you have to leave. Like I like the idea of like luxuriating in a space and like feeling part of a space.
Yeah. Has taste come from experience? And is that, like, if you were giving advice to a creative, would it be to like hunt for as many experiences as you can to develop the taste? Or are you born with it? Like where does taste come from?
I think that the best taste comes from your most authentic self. I feel like a lot of people are copying off of what's cool, and I don't think that is a representation of taste. So when you figure out what that is, your specific recipe for you, mine comes through travel, looking at any beautiful object, museums, history, learning about something. Like the more I learn about like a furniture designer or like a movement in an art period, the more inspired I get, and then that infuses my taste.
Do you feel like, you mentioned earlier that it was sort of a fight to make it in New York, and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. I get the A's when I need to get the A's. Do you feel like you've made it?
Yeah, I really do. I feel like I don't have to like climb up a mountain anymore. Like I feel like I can get off the train and enjoy my life.
How do you did that and grew to be wildly successful through the period. You're approaching work differently now. What gives you confidence that this new approach to work is going to continue to work? I asked that from
I have like history of like, I go through cycles of working really, really hard, building something, and then pushing it out. It's like having a baby. You're like, okay, it's a cycle, and then this stage. Like I've been in business 10 years, but my studio's 1 year. So it's like a baby, but like also a teenager.
Yeah.
And so I kind of think of it like that. And then what's my new baby going to be in a few years? Who knows? But I feel like I have a really good flow right now, can trust myself, and I really follow what's fun for me at this point. So anything that feels exciting, I do, and anything that feels like a drag doesn't feel like it'll work, because I'm really a firm believer on like, I want to push out products and hire people and do things that have a high impact and like not follow what's like cool or what I should be doing as an entrepreneur or what other people are doing. So I just follow that, and I know that works.
Do you think that means that Krissy Jones will always be doing Sky Ting? Or is there a next thing? Is there a maybe, maybe not?
No, I think I'm always evolving. I really want to open up, I love hospitality. I've been doing yoga retreats for forever. I love design. I'll probably open up a retreat center. I love Europe. It's amazing. You should go. So
I hear you're going to India also, isn't it?
But I'm going to India.
Why?
I've never been to India, and I'm a yoga person.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I've got to make the pilgrimage. I've got to do it.
Last question for me is, there's a girl who's in high school right now in Portage, Indiana, and she's got big city aspirations. She's actually a dancer, and she is trying to figure out if she can make it to the city, if she'll survive, be able to pay for rent. What's your advice for her on, she's obviously looking at a story like yours and it's like, oh my God, this would be the dream if I had this massive studio in NoHo and I was living on the Upper East Side. And What's the advice and perspective for someone who's growing up in this time, in this era, with all
Yeah.
of the chaos that's inside?
I don't know. I think if you're enthusiastic and have a vision and a dream, follow that and take a risk, especially when you're young. Like, that's why I started a business when I was 26. I'm like, I have nothing to lose. Like, so yeah, try it.
What's
Do
the worst
it.
that could happen?
You only have one life, and like, you need to live it. And when your intuition and your heart is like guiding you somewhere, I think listening to that has always been successful for me, to follow that path. And like, when I don't follow my little whispers of, you know, whatever, God, the universe leading you down your path, when you go against it, it doesn't really work out. And it'll happen anyway, usually.
What do you mean by that?
I feel like the life has a way of pushing you towards your destiny. I'm a yoga person. And I feel like when you don't listen, you aren't happy.
Yeah.
And I think we're all trying to get to a place where we're happy and well adjusted and have a good life. So I think if you want to have a good life, you have to listen to your heart's desire. Call me old-fashioned.
It's incredible. I don't think there's any other better way to end it. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was magical. I feel at peace.
Namaste.
All I need is a few. Cheers. Just need a few Arnold Palmers.